Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah, Perfect Plex Radio. We about to go live on him. Mike Knoxxx. That's with 3 X's cause he's hardcore. Are y'all ready? We about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go! At the Monday Night Raw, what you getting in? Perfect Plex Radio, got them listening. Mike Knoxxx, from Cena to The Rock, or whatever wrestler is hot. News to interviews, this a one-stop shop. Matter of fact, let me give you more choices. You could call in and be the voice with the voiceless. So what you waiting on? Let's get it cracking. Let's talk wrestling, that's enough rapping. Perfect Plex Radio. Simply, we about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go!
Years, people. I said 30 years. Raw 30. Tonight, people, I gotta play this. I hope I don't get kicked off in the bat, but in honor of Raw 30, like Mike Knoxxx, as I am hardcore. Oh, I gotta play it. Hope I don't get kicked off. Have y'all seen this? Have y'all seen it? Oh, let's turn it out. Let's go meet it from there. We're gonna meet it from there. We won't get kicked off too much for showing this great, beautiful bean footage here. But there it is, people. OMG, where have you been? Wherefore out thou Saint Romeo? It all applies today. Wow, Raw 30. You feel old? I mean, like, I've seen all 30 years. But I seen all 30 years as like, I was 17 when Raw debuted. How old were you? I was 17 when Raw debuted. How old was you today? I want to talk about the worst, the best, yours. Most importantly, I want to hear from you, the $1 million audience, as I am the $1 million host, and we tag in and out to form the $1 million connection. I want to hear from you. Like, things forming, right? Raw 30 tonight. Did we get a new Hurt Business with the Street Profits minus Sheldon Benjamin and Cedric Alexander? Why do you talk like that? If you watch Young Rock Boy, Triple H was not happy about that famous Raw moment. Listen, guys, on Pop Review Entertainment, wrestling is where we are. This is the Mike Knoxxx Show. Thank you for coming in, Perfect Plex Talk Radio. My man, King Von Jr. 720, holding me down backstage. My social media to the icons and ayatollahs and rock and rollers and your mama's favorite daddy. And everybody who also follow us, which you can do, like, follow, subscribe. Also, Fox Sports Radio 1340 AM, Fox Sports Radio 97.9 FM. Like, follow, subscribe, hit the little bell notification. That's what they say, right? I don't do that too often, but I'm doing it right now because Raw's 30. Raw's with 3 X's. I'm 3 X's, so it just goes together. Hit the bell notification. So every time we go live, you can chime on in. All right? And comment below. Let us know how you feel. Wrestling is great right now. I've always said this is the best time of the year. Right? It's the road to WrestleMania, which it means it's the road to my pockets being broke. My kids' birthdays are in April. WrestleMania is in April. You pick and choose, but you think I lay the power lays when it comes to it. Will I stay home this year or will I go to Mania like I always do? Think about it. All right? Listen, oh my God, let me explain today's show. And we're going to have, like I said, the best and worst of Monday Night Raw. That means, was it Choppy Me Pee Pee? Was it like the ladder match between Taker and Jeff Hardy? Oh my God. Okay. Was it the day that Vince brought WCW? What was it? And also, it is the go home show. You understand how big tonight is? How important tonight is? It is not only Raw 30, 3 X's, like your boy. I'm going to say it all show, by the way. Okay. But it's also the go-home show to the road to WrestleMania, Royal Rumble. So we got to talk about the Royal Rumble. We saw everybody's, oh my God, I swear to Mama, please don't smack me from heaven as I say this. Okay? But everybody is hanging on the knob of Cody Rhodes winning so much, it can happen. I refuse to think it's going to happen. And I think it's funny. Where were y'all at when he was Stardust? Where were you when he was dashing Cody Rhodes? Where were you when he first left WWE to go to Ring of Honor? Where were you? I was right there. I was doing it all. I was doing it all for my man Cody Rhodes. But I don't think he's going to win the Royal Rumble. I do not think he's going to win the Royal Rumble. It's too goddamn obvious, mama. It's too obvious. Also, the worst winners of the Royal Rumble. Everyone wants to talk about the best people, right? Right? Everyone wants to talk about the best Royal Rumble winners of all time. There's been some horrible winners. The question I ask you, though, there's only been 5 women Royal Rumble competitor winners. Have any of them really been bad that won? Was there a clue laid? Did the rabbit lay an egg? Right? It's funny how a rabbit lays an egg, right? We celebrate Easter that way, right? Rabbits don't, I'm just saying, mama, don't smack me. Okay. I cannot wait to talk about today's show. Let's get into today's show. Let's see what the comments have for us right here. My man George chiming in. What's going on? Mike Knoxxx. 3 X's, like Raw coming. I'm hardcore. The man with the thesis of thesis. My man Derek Mitchell. Best Monday Night Raw debut, Chris Jericho, 8999. Listen, who can argue that? Right? He comes out, we're all excited again. Were you a Jericho fan before this? I was a Jericho fan before the list. Come on, baby. That's my Jericho. Okay? This Jericho, y'all can keep him. I'm good with it. But that was my Jericho back then. And then he comes out to The Rock. That's when you know they trust you. When they believe in you. They had him debut against The Rock. The Rock said, who are you? It doesn't matter who you are. Oh, my God. What a moment right there. Time. My man, DC, the collector. Where my cup at? I got it right here. Good day. How's it going? I was 16 in 93. First, oh, shit, I'm older than you, too. That's all right. We all hands, man. We're hanging in there. I drink to that. DC Collectibles. Make sure y'all follow my man and holler at him. Hassan said I was 34. Oh, my God. Bad Guy Jack. You remember? You were 5. You were knee-high to a duck. You were 5. Michael Smith remembers a little bit. He was at least 9 years old at the first debut of Raw. Hold on. Are you 34 years old, Hassan? Or were you 34 30 years ago? Because, damn, that means you're older than me. All right? And I pay respect to my elder. You were an elder, okay? It said, damn, I was 21 years old when Raw debuted. Damn, Derek, you're older than me too, boy. Now, why do you be writing theses and trying to school these young people on the professionals and the actual factuals with the stars and the quasars of professional wrestling? I understand it. I get it now. You old. I bet, boy, you got grandkids? Because you probably got them playing chess in the park. Take it from me. Uncle Jerry, I know you watching. I love you. I hate chess. It's your fault. You had me in the park. It's a park. People playing basketball, baseball, football. There's swings and jungle gyms and doggone kind of dumb stuff to get hurt on. And you got me in there watching you play chess. That wasn't fun. But I remember it forever. It's a memory I took forever, Uncle Jerry. So I love you, man. But tonight, Monday Night Raw 30. Now, at this point in the show, guys, I know you're all here. Comment below. I want to know some of your favorite Raw moments. That's all I want to know from you guys. So I know we're going to be joined by my man Vic from Unpopular Review here. He hasn't been on a wrestling segment for a while. Damn, Jeffrey, you was 5'2"? Good God, listen. Have you always watched since you were 5? Right? That's the part 2 to the runner-up question. I've watched for 30 years. Ooh, excuse me. I've been drinking for 30 years. I've watched that show. Let's see, is Zordon here? Zordon, are you here?
I'm still getting ready. Oh, shit. Hold on.
Hey, yo. Team Hey Yo is going to be joining me today. I'll take you off for right now. I call us Team Hey Yo because we always say that we're on the show together. But some of the moments I love most from Raw, right? Like I really did. This is going to be a little current. right? And I think for a lot of you guys that will comment, you're going to comment over the last 10, 15 years, probably 20 years, maybe, right? And I'm there with this one because I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. Charlotte Flair is the greatest women's wrestler of all the times. But
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Woo! But, you got Ric Flair shirt on. Okay, look, you peep that, right? See, so you peep that. What's going on, Zordon? Team Heyo?
Chilling right now. Running over here, ready to talk this Raw 30, ready to talk this Royal Rumble match.
Can't wait to talk about it.
I'll tell you one thing, and I was thinking to myself because tonight is Raw 30.
Yeah.
And honestly, it really is a privilege to be a fan of something that's been going on for every week since the 90s. Like, this is literally the only thing that's left that's been going on.
I watched General Hospital.
No, but I mean, my point is just that, look, this is
very few. The Simpsons is there. The Simpsons is there. Simpsons and Raw.
My point is, we can't buy tickets to the Simpsons.
We cannot buy tickets to the Simpsons.
You know what I mean? You can't buy tickets to these things. Like this is just something that is such a privilege to be a fan of, and to be a fan of for a long time. Shout out to the young wrestling fans, no doubt. We love you. But it just really feels like a privilege now. Just thinking about Raw 30. Yeah, yeah. It really is. It really is. Because I mean, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hands down for me. Hands down for me. I gotta say, Daniel Bryan to me is one of the biggest superstars in the history of WWE. And I don't think a lot of people understand. So when I see these 3 X's come up, all right, when I see the X's come up, I mean, my name's with 3 X's. So when I see Raw 30, I just automatically fell in love. So my favorite WrestleMania set is WrestleMania 30, which led from the Occupy Raw episode.
Oh, yeah.
And that's really, like I said, I'm going to see something current before I go back a little further. And, but it's not a lot of current product that I think is very, very memorable. You got Occupy Wall Street. You got the pipe bomb, right? You got your arms are too short to box. But God, DJ, myself, and I talk about it all the time. Like, I love the pipe bomb. But when he went, hi, Dwayne, that was even bigger to me, how he came at one Dwayne, maybe the real tribal chief, Johnson, right? So when I saw that, when I see that, I'm like, yo, that's amazing. So also one of my favorite Raw moments, or not just that, just Raw period, is these 2 guys right there. Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock. I just spoke about him, right? Stone Cold's not my favorite guy of all time. Okay, that belongs to Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels, hands down. No one to me. Those are my 1A and my 1A and 1-2. No matter what.
Have the insights to do it.
That happened on Raw too. Okay, so but these 2 guys right here, Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock, to me are the embodiment of Monday Night Raw to me. Your thoughts on these 2 gentlemen?
Well, that's hard to say because I remember Rocky Maivia.
Okay. Die, Rocky, die.
Yeah, I remember that Rocky. Like, I was clearly a Stone Cold fan at the time. But prior to being a Stone Cold fan, I was a Bret Hart fan, and I'm still a Bret Hart fan because of everybody that he just got over. I mean, like, I give credit to Bret Hart for Stone Cold getting so over.
Oh, WrestleMania 13, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Yeah. WrestleMania 13 is still to this day one of my top 10 WrestleMania matches of all time. It's what actually put everybody wants to go to Austin 316. No, it was WrestleMania 13 that to me that put Austin over with that match with Bret Hart. And of course, everybody know the infamous blood, picture that they had with there. But go ahead, you continue.
So now, some of the top Raw moments, and mind you, and I guess I want to start early because
go right ahead.
I gotta say,
this is an hour show.
Seeing the whole 1, 2, 3 kid situation live.
Absolutely. May he rest in peace. Friend of my program, Scott Hall. Okay,
just
putting him over.
That whole situation was just insane because I just remember, because mind you, at the time they would always showcase the top wrestlers and then have them wrestle some kind of jobber.
Yeah,
just to make
he
them
was
look
supposed to be
good.
a jobber, and they made you think he was a jobber too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
They made you feel like he was a jobber.
He was really a jobber. Like
that whole
no intro. He's in the ring. 1, 2, 3. That's a matter of fact. He wasn't even 1, 2, 3 kid. He was the kid.
Yeah.
He was the kid.
Yeah.
He was not the 1, 2, 3 kid. He was the kid because they had no name for Mr. Sean Waltman. I got plenty of pictures with my man X-Pac at WrestleMania down in New Orleans. Very nice guy, by the way.
Yeah, no, he's great. He's great. I mean, he still does a lot of stuff, a lot of signings, he's still all over the business, which is awesome. And we should see him tonight, honestly. You know what I mean? And look,
I'm cool to see everybody but HH tonight. That's all I'm saying.
I got no problem with HH.
I won't let it go until he apologizes.
I'll feel you on that.
You know what else? To me, when I think Raw, and I like when you went back with that, because I want to stay there for a moment. That match, when he wins that, when he rolls up Razor Ramon in that moment, and then they come back the next week. It was a fluke. Let's do it again, right? And then he beats him again. People don't get that. He beats Scott. He beats Razor Ramon again.
Yeah,
right. And that's what gave him the name, right? 1, 2, 3 Kid that kept the story going. This is when can you say at this point Raw was it wasn't really hitting on all cylinders then. It didn't really hit on all cylinders as far as dominating the ratings until the Monday Night Wars happened.
Facts. That's true. I mean, because at that point, when it was still in the Manhattan Center, wrestling was still very underground.
You ever get a chance to go to the Manhattan Center?
Yeah, many times. I mean, GCW, ECW, even Raw. Yeah, many times. I mean, I didn't do Raw 25 because that craziness was ridiculous.
Oh, shout out to your nephew Corey. My kicks are my fix on Twitter, Instagram, and who has Belt Kings. We are, but he's the Belt Emperor. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Nice.
Some of these comments coming in right here. See if I can pull back some of them. What's going on, Dice Man? I see you in the party. I'm gonna hold this. I'm gonna hold this because I think a few of those people, I'm gonna call you the Professor Derek Mitchell. That's your new name. Just go ahead and add it to the Professor Derek Mitchell. I think they're in my list. All of them. I can't even lie about that. Michael Smith, Raw debuted on your 13th birthday. Grand Body P. See, okay, you was 13. We say worst Raw ever segment. Katie Vick, the best Raw segment. Rock, This Is Your Life. Really? This Is Your Life, Rock? I mean, I loved it. Well, but I get it. Happy Chinese New Year. All right, Hassan, cool. I got you. To me, this is the year of the GOAT. They can call it the rabbit all they want to. This is 2023. I'm from Chicago. Okay, this is the year. Flight right here. It's the year of the GOAT. We just changing it around. Okay. Raw 3X. Damn. Must show at 4 to 10 seasons. Raw even when pre-recorded had off seasons. I remember that. Listen, I have literally before I went through my recent move, and someone who know me know that I've gone through a big transition recently, and I just had to get rid of some stuff. And because the invention a while ago, I tried to get these moved over into DVDs and never did it. I literally threw about 300 tapes away that were recorded wrestling from Raw.
No.
I'm talking about not just the tapes either. I'm talking about magazines that had where
what
father signed, the Dudleys. I had all.
Oh man, you should have put that on eBay, bro.
I kept was the SmackDown magazine in which I'm in with Tori Wilson on the cover, and of course I kept the Playboys with One China. Other than that, I threw because they were in storage for so long. I got tired of transporting them from storage to storage to storage. You know what I mean? I hadn't reached so I just got tired of. I bought a storage room, wasn't big enough. It was collateral damage, but man, I had every single Raw tape. Absolutely, just Jay Briscoe passed away. We knew that. We had a show yesterday. If you have not seen that, make sure you please go. Also, while you're going there, the family. Here it is, right here. It's at givespin.go. Okay,
very
love,
nice.
support the Pew family. This was as of yesterday morning when we did the show, or yesterday afternoon we did the show. It was at 281,000. But donations are still coming in, are being accepted as well. So please go do that.
You know, it hits hard when they're younger than you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Always.
Like when they're younger than you, like Shad Jasper, like that hit hard because I met the dude, got pictures with him. You know what I mean? Like this kind of stuff. And mind you, he was big in the indie wrestling scene, so there are a million fans that were able to reach him up close. Like for example, if you try to get a picture with Rhea Ripley right now, that's hard.
That's hard.
You know what I mean? But
you gotta have your face painted and look like her for the camera to say, "Okay, go ahead and do it." And they do it because it's a social media publicity thing. But no, we talked about yesterday. He was not that. They were him and Mark himself, his brother. Let's not forget them. You think of one, you think of the other. You think of both the Briscoe brothers. We're doing their things like that, and we had his family members on yesterday that I know personally. Dice and other guys down there who live in from our Laurel, Delaware. So please go to Unpopular Review Entertainment, go to Mike Knoxxx page as well on YouTube as well, and check that out. DX.
Oh yes. Wait, hang on a second.
Because there's been so many DX moments of Monday Night Raw, from this iteration to the other. He put the hat on to the other generation with once Shawn was gone. This is why I couldn't like Shawn. This is why I'm not a fan of Stone Cold. Stone Cold against all my guys. But you should have saw me last year at WrestleMania. Anybody who will tell you I was screaming for Stone Cold. I cheered for every single person that came at WrestleMania. I'm like, you saw we saw where our seats were. It was just amazing to me. But Triple H comes out, lose my ish that morning as well when he comes out, open up the show on night 2. But DX, China, what they were doing, like one of the moments for me that I love the message. Like I put this over Rock. This is your life.
Everything they did. What?
Almost everything they did, right? But that scene with Sergeant Slaughter, and they got the mask on because he spits when he talks.
You got to remember though, this is before they went public.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's some of the best.
Things was way different.
That is some of the best stuff that Shawn Michaels and Triple H ever did. And mind you, this was the time when, and I'll never forget it, when Mike Tyson was around and they ripped off the shirt off of Mike Tyson and it had the DX shirt on. And Shawn Michaels said, "If you didn't know, the Heartbreak Kid is the man that runs this show. And if you think anything has changed in the past 30 years, you are highly mistaken." Okay? Okay? Because the Heartbreak
Kid, as a heterosexual male, and I'm not saying this was interesting to me, but it was still funny to me. They were trying to jump away from the censor. Like, you're going to see my junk. You're going to see my ass. You're going to forget these. I'm going to jump and move around from all in which that stuff. Also, I don't think it's fair to actually talk about Monday Night Raw. I'm talking about the best right now. I haven't gone to the worst, right? Because it's not, I've always said, right, during the Attitude Era, it gets the biggest praise to me in the majority of wrestling fans, right? I personally think the Ruthless Aggression era is the greatest era of professional wrestling.
I agree.
The Attitude Era, to me, if you look at it, you go back, it's so much that today we would say, what is this nonsense that went on? They were heavily driven by the big hitters on that program. And that's what made WCW appealing at that time, because you did have the luchadors wrestling and giving you better wrestling than what they were giving us on Raw. But what tipped the scales, Mrs. Foley's baby boy.
I don't know. I think
that's what made everybody change the channel.
I think Mike Tyson,
it was being recorded, but this is proven. But this is not an opinion. This is a fact. The company says that they had a preempted episode. WCW's live. Eric Bischoff utters the words which he says he never did. Well, you can go watch that other show where.
Oh no, I remember when he did that. Yeah.
And everybody changed the channel, and they never looked back. They never looked back at this moment. I'm not the history buff guy, but this one I know. What is Vic's Twitter? I don't know if Vic has a Twitter. Just
word.
Yeah, put it in the chat, in the private chat, if you see it. Okay. But this tipped the scales. I'm not a Mick Foley guy. I respect a lot of wrestlers. what he did in Hell in a Cell matches and things like that, to me, is what these guys all try to emulate in some form or fashion. Jeff Hardy, all of them, they're nuts to me. You talk about football players are crazy. Professional wrestlers in the Attitude Era, ECW era, all they were crazy. Okay.
Yes. I mean, but you know what? There's two things. Number one, they had a lot more creative freedom, and number two, they weren't public. So that's why, like, I really feel like the Attitude Era is a little bit more memorable, and I compare that to what AEW is going on with now, because at the end of the day, you have wrestlers that have way more influence as to what their storyline is going to be. You understand? I feel like even Impact has a little bit of that. I mean, it doesn't have the same effect that it did back in the day. But mind you, look, and I'll mention this again, like Mike Tyson back then had a huge effect as opposed to now, because back then nobody knew.
And Ty were their names. I'm sorry, Charmaine. Who was that tag team?
Oh wow!
When it's chopping, it was Kai and Ty.
Oh wow! No, look, I love how she mentioned Val Venus, right? Because that goes on to my point. The kind of stuff that Val Venus was doing back then.
Remember he pulled out his new his new fist move was that he put his junk out.
Yeah. No, but mind you, do you remember how over the big Val Boski was?
Well, yes,
he was over as hell. This guy. And all the sexual innuendos and everything that was going on with him was incredible. And mind you, like once they went public, they tried to come back to it, but then they watered it down and it didn't hit. You know what I mean? And so like he could probably go for one of the worst. Honestly.
He could.
Yeah,
he could.
I think the
Choppy Me PP is one of the worst.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. But everything that he was doing and all the entire storylines that he had was just incredible.
But even that Kai and Ty stuff, like we look at wrestling today and go, as Black wrestling fan, I'm gonna speak on my culture, my people. We go, they're racist, right? Yes, they are. Guess what? They're racist to everybody, to every culture. So I'm going to take ownership and angry for what's disrespected to my culture. But man, if I'm an Asian of some descent, and that whole they're talking with their mouths moving and then the words on the TV, they had subtitles up on these guys, like they were watching a martial arts movie. You know what I mean? Like just the things they did at this time.
I mean, hey, listen,
kicking out Bobby the Brain Heenan, wasn't that the first episode of Raw?
Fact. He showed up with a dress on.
Yes.
Trying to get into Raw. He showed up as a tranny. That was hilarious. Oh man. Oh wow. That was crazy.
See some of these
comments. He brought in John Bobbitt. Yes, I remember that.
He did bring in John Bobbitt.
I forgot all about that. That was crazy because of Lorraine Bobbitt that whole time. Wow.
It was.
That was nuts.
Check out Fire and Ice Podcast Facebook page, please, for me. Ed Factor Radio as well on Facebook. Some of my favorite groups that I like to mess with. Them helmets that had the wipers on them. Yes, absolutely funny. Charmaine always chiming in with the good stuff. Always holding us down. So what would you say is some of the worst Raw moments that you probably can remember or and somewhat experienced? Because to me, like I said, I can think of a lot of bad Raw, right? Like some of my favorites it's easy. I can go when ECW attacked, right? Because
I remember
the
that.
Eliminators doing the kick. Oh my God. But then you think about stuff like Michael Cole versus John Cena.
Yeah, that was corny.
The anonymous Raw GM. Yeah. Because it was, guess what?
Actually, you know what?
Hold on. You about to go there. You thought it was going to have a good payoff. But it didn't have a good payoff.
It's you know where it had a good payoff, honestly? With The Rock.
Refresh my memory.
When The Rock showed up after 7 years, and then he was in the middle of his promo, and then all of a sudden, Michael Cole, because this was the height of Michael Cole's heel.
Listen, first of all, with Raw not having Michael Cole, I miss Michael Cole on Raw. Let's just say that right now.
I miss Michael Cole
every week without Michael Cole.
I miss how Michael Cole as a heel. Because that Michael Cole as a heel was hilarious. So now, just that whole anonymous GM was corny, in my opinion, until that moment when The Rock was like, You know, Michael Cole, nobody gives a damn what your general manager has to say. And then he just hit bound right there into that line.
That's you
Michael
just loving
Cole,
the
you
Rock.
sit your ass
That's just
down.
you loving the
No,
Rock.
no, it's not even that. It's not even that, mind you. No, it's just that that whole setup for that whole moment is incredibly memorable. The way that he just shut Michael Cole down because Michael Cole was just being so annoying
But the
the
GM
anonymous
thing was
general
really
manager.
bad. It
No,
was
it
really
was, and
bad.
that's my point. It was so bad that like when The Rock did that to him, it was like everybody was just like, "Oh my God, thank God, finally somebody."
Can I have this is unpopular review, right? Can I have an unpopular something I didn't like from Raw that everybody loves? I hated the hospital scene.
What hospital scene?
Austin, Dr. 316, and he beats McMahon up in the hospital bed. I hated that. I thought that was so bad.
Wait, he got hit in the head with the
except hitting him with the porta potty or whatever you call it. Other than that one part, it was really bad to me. It was really, really bad to me.
You know what? I personally looked at it like, you know, Vince is hilarious. Like he'll do like when he says that he won't ask somebody to do something that he wouldn't do, he really means it. Because this guy. I mean, yeah. And I respect him for that, to tell you the truth. But I agree that it was corny as hell. It really was. But yeah, man, this stuff. And look, like I said before, it's a privilege to be a fan for so long because we can talk about the good and the bad. And I gotta say, maybe some of the worst is probably maybe Lars Sullivan. And I remember. You know what I mean? If we're gonna go,
it wouldn't be Snitsky pumping.
No, that's another one. Snitsky could be bad.
Babies.
Maybe. No. Let's go more recently to.
More recently, gotta say, Bobby Lashley and the whole Lana thing. You thought.
Yeah, he was talking about that was terrible.
He tried to call her a thought and called her a thought.
Yo, that was terrible booking for Bobby Lashley.
Anything that had to do anything with a great colleague ever showed up on Raw was just bad.
I mean, look, in the beginning, the whole Smashley situation and how much we were making fun of it, that was cool.
They put that man on blacked it.
But the thing is, it's just that like, no, the reason why I didn't like it is because Bobby Lashley is like, he's a war vet. He's married. You know what I mean? He's a guy that like he's old school with his flow, like that kind of like Kofi Kingston. Like, you know what I mean? If it would have been Dolph Ziggler, bomb, perfect. That definitely would have worked with Dolph Ziggler. But Bobby Lashley is not the guy for that kind of story.
That's the one I was gonna say right there. McMahon dying in a limo.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Of course, everybody goes to Katie Vick. That's the one right there. I disagree with that last one. And I today, just to refresh my memory, I did do a lot of Googling on things that, I disagree with the whole Chris Benoit tribute episode. I do. I think wrestling fans, hear me out. If this gets y'all trained off the channel, then I apologize to people who work at UPR. And let me just say this. The thoughts and opinions are said by Mike Knoxxx are solely belonging to Mike Knoxxx and not everybody at point of unpopular review. Okay. Oh, yeah. At the time that happened, no one knew what had happened. So that cannot make it a bad episode. Okay. We get what came out afterwards, which we still don't have all the facts of the situation. Okay. In today's world, we accept the CTE from football players and things that happen. Like, may he rest in peace, Junior Seau killed himself because of CTE. You think Christopher Benoit didn't have some kind? They showed his brain. He wasn't normal. So where's his compassion for? I get he killed everybody. I'm not seeing his. That's horrible. I'm not condoning any of that. I'm asking for the compassion of the fact that he was not in his right mind. Okay, and that episode being tribute to him at that moment. Nobody knew what happened, and almost on every single list they had, that was the worst Raw moment ever. And I just don't, that it wasn't, because no one knew that he did those things at that time. Okay, so at that point, they're paying respects to who they, their fallen guy at that moment. I would say this much, Jake. I probably have more better Raw moments than I have not Raw moments for me.
Possibly.
I think there's been way more good than bad. I think there's been way more good than bad. Because
because the bad is forgettable. That's the thing.
It's forgettable, right?
It's hard to actually like remember what has been bad. I mean, because I mean, look, being a fan of wrestling, there's ups and downs. You know what I mean? Sometimes things are boring. Sometimes things are
That
great.
was on Raw.
That was great. That little segment right there was.
Who's that missing in the? Oh, that's
that little segment right there was awesome.
He's just vanished.
That is hilarious. Right
okay,
there.
This is one of the greatest moments on Raw.
Yeah, it was alright.
Rock, Hollywood Rock coming back singing. I love that guy.
I mean, that heel awesome. Version of Rock. I don't know. Like I think you know what it is. I think at that point I was just over it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like for example, like I love the New Day, but I'm over it.
Oh, that wasn't Raw. That was No Way Out. Which one? The Rock. He did sing on Raw once. I thought. But I'll let you.
I'm sure he did.
I'm sure he did. Right? I'm sure he did. Hey,
you know what I mean?
Normally I would take a break, King Vaughn, but I had deleted all the prior clips. So get ready. I'm going to play your music. We're going to come back with this day in pro wrestling history, and then come back and talk Royal Rumble. So hey, y'all get ready. We'll be right back.
Yo, it's crime time.
EST.
Soul Man, Rocky Johnson. It's the Honky Tonk Man, NWO. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? UPR and Around the Blocks give to you This Week in Wrestling History with King Vaughn.
All right, everybody. Of course, this is King Vaughn Jr. on behalf of Perfect Plex Talk Radio, as well as the host of the Victorious Ones podcast, and I'm here to give you the week in Raw reviews of the week in Raw in wrestling history, rather. So of course tonight is the 30th anniversary. We're celebrating the 30th anniversary of Monday Night Raw, and also just in regards to this week on this day in 1994, WWE's Royal Rumble took place, and this was the same night where Bret Hart and Lex Luger became co-winners of the Royal Rumble. Really Bret should have been the real winner of the Royal Rumble anyway. But on that same night as well, Yokozuna defeated The Undertaker in a casket match to retain the WWE, or the time WWF Championship. Thanks to extra assistance. And this was at the time that The Undertaker would take his first break, which was why he was absent from WrestleMania 10. So of course with that, of course on the same day in 1995, Shawn Michaels was the winner of the Royal Rumble. Shawn Michaels, won the Royal Rumble the following year after becoming the number one entrant that night. And so of course, outlasted everybody else. This is the same night we had the famous 1 foot. The famous one foot land on the ground. So of course, as far as that, and of course, in the final of the tournament to declare the tag team champions, 1, 2, 3 Kid, Marty Jannetty defeated Tatanka and Bam Bam Bigelow, and also Jeff Jarrett defeated Razor to win the IC title at the Royal Rumble that year. And of course, on this day in 2021, an episode of SmackDown, Bianca Belair defeated Bayley in the Ultimate Athlete Obstacle Course Challenge. Of course, and So of course, on that same night, Kevin Owens put Roman Reigns through the announce table with a pop-up powerbomb right before the last man standing match at the Royal Rumble. Of course, on January 23rd, 2000, the Royal Rumble took place in Madison Square Garden, and that was the same night that Triple H defeated Cactus Jack in that legendary street fight to retain the WWF Championship. And of course, Chris Jericho had become the sole Intercontinental Champion of the Triple Threat match. Where he won over China Hardcore Holly. And on that same night, the Hardy Boys defeated the Dudley Boys in the first ever tables match, tag team tables match. And that same night, The Rock had won the Royal Rumble by eliminating Big Show. So this is all Royal Rumble 2000. So of course, in 1988, on January 23rd was WWF's first ever Royal Rumble match, and of course, Hacksaw Jim Duggan was the winner for the first Royal Rumble. And of course, on January 24th, 1999 Royal Rumble, that was the same night that the Vince McMahon had won the Royal Rumble. Speaking of one of the worst winners of all time, and that was the same night that The Rock defeated Mankind in the I Quit match, where we smashed his brains in, and that was PWI's match of the year. And in regards to the birthdays this week, Jay Briscoe, Jay Briscoe would have turned 39 on January 24th, but also Tully Blanchard turns 69 on today. So that is your weekend wrestling history. Mike Knoxxx, back to you.
Yo, 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 it's crime time.
EST.
Soul Man, Rocky Johnson. It's the Honky Tonk Man. NWO. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? UPR and Around the Blocks give to you This Week in Wrestling History with King Von.
As always, holding us down, King Von. You see my man DC the Collector says, King Von Jr. happy. Raw 30th, my brother. Thank you for blessing us with the 411. What's your 411? Let me know, hun. What's your 411? Let me know. Listen, I'll probably go about 10 minutes over today. All right. So about 7:10, I'll probably get up out of here. Instead of 7 o'clock, I normally do. I appreciate you guys. Because I got some things I'm going to get off my chest. All right, real fast. So, Royal Rumble is this weekend. I had it on my wall on my page. I didn't share. I just shared the post, but like who everybody thinks would win the Royal Rumble, and the fact it's not going to be Cody Rhodes. If it's Cody Rhodes, it's going to be boring. And I'm a Cody Rhodes mark more than anybody out there. I said it. Come at me, bro. Okay. He's not winning the Royal Rumble because if he wins the Royal Rumble, it will go on the list for me as one of the worst Royal Rumble wins of all time because it's predictable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. CM Punk coming back on AEW on a Friday night. We all knew it was going to happen in Chicago. It was the worst kept secret in the world, but it was great. Cody Rhodes win the Royal Rumble because he's back. I don't care. Anybody but Cody, he can win it and get his opportunity to get a title against Roman at Elimination Chamber, anywhere else but this one, in my opinion. Okay, that's just me. That's just because everybody keeps saying it. It's not going to happen. That's all. I would say 70% of wrestling fans think Cody was going to win the Royal Rumble. I don't think it is because of that. So,
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I hope it's Seth Rollins.
Seth versus Roman are the best matches that Roman has had, honestly.
No, I think
to believe that somebody could beat him, in my opinion.
I still think that Seth is still planting seeds. He keeps talking about how he's going to go after Roman Reigns and this and that and none of this and that, right? Plus, he's becoming more of a face. He's definitely becoming more of a face.
I think there's very few faces to me in wrestling. Everybody's tweeners, and I think that's the problem with professional.
Well, I mean, that's a good assessment. I agree with that now because that's definitely. I agree with that. Because
Matt Riddle was the face.
The landscape. The landscape has changed.
It has. Because everybody now think they got heart because they got a computer and a microphone. No.
Yeah.
Meet me face to face. I'll knock your teeth in. But sorry, Mama.
You know what I mean? I hope that it's Seth Rollins because I think that they can do some amazing storytelling with it.
Absolutely. With this much time to WrestleMania, absolutely. Let's get the winners of the Royal Rumble go as follow. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Big John Studd, HH Vacant, with a tear in my eye, Ric Flair, Yokozuna, Bret the Hitman Hart, and Lex Luthor. Luger, I was going to call him Lex Luthor. Shawn Michaels, the only back-to-back winner, I believe. I'm wrong. Stone Cold and Stone Cold. So for 4 years, it was the same two people. Then you had Mr. McMahon. You had The Rock in 2000. The only 3-time winner is Stone Cold Steve Austin in 2001. Triple H when he came back from his torn whatever was in his leg. Brock Lesnar in 03. We cannot name his name. Voldemort in 2004. Batista 2005. Rey Mysterio 2006. The Undertaker finally wins one in 2007. Mr. John Horatio Rodriguez, Tom Brady, Cena. The Legend Killer himself, Randy Orton. Edge in 2010. Alberto Del Rio. Sheamus. Cena again in 13. Batista again in 14. The Tribal Chief, the Big Dog. This is my dog now. My yard now, Mr. Roman Reigns. Then we had Triple H in 2016, Orton again in 2017, Shinsuke Nakamura, Seth freaking Rollins, McIntyre in 2020, Edge, Brock Lesnar again, and this year we leave it up to be who it shall be. I will say, real fast as to go through them, to me, the worst Royal Rumble winners of all time. That's what it was about. Because I'm only going to talk about Royal Rumble moving forward and so forth, right? But to me, the Royal Rumble has had some really bad winners. Even people who think they won. I'm going to be, again, this is unpopular view, right? So I'm just keeping it real. When Shinsuke Nakamura won the Royal Rumble, it was a horrible victory.
Facts. I mean, look, they picked that so that he could send them to AJ Styles. So I got that. Yeah. And they were trying to recreate what they did in New Japan.
Yeah.
But no. because the thing is that they had one great match, and then after that they just kept running it like people were gonna.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They just kept running that match over and over and over, and I was just like, all right, that's enough. Like it lost its luster, because they were just trying to pick up on something that was amazing overseas, but nah, man.
It didn't pop, right?
Nah, it really didn't. It really didn't.
Also, for me, I'm a Sheamus mark. I am. I've been a Sheamus fan from day one. But not only was this a weak Royal Rumble win, it turned into be a weak WrestleMania moment match because he beat Daniel Bryan. Was it 15 seconds? I was in WrestleMania in Miami when it happened. I'm not lying to you. I'm the belt king. You see the belts behind me. I put my belts down. I heard ding, ding, ding. I looked up. 1, 2, 3. The match is over. The match is over. And to me, I think Sheamus is a great role. Did what he. To me, I equate Sheamus's run. Not that the company was in that bad of a turmoil because it wasn't. With Shawn Michaels' title run, in the sense of he right place, right time. People just didn't like his run, but I thought his run was good. But I thought the Royal Rumble victory was just premature. Wasn't a fan of it. Okay.
I mean, the one I didn't like was Alberto Del Rio.
I liked Alberto Del Rio because it was the first 40-minute battle royal.
I agree. Like that, I appreciated about it, but just the execution after the fact, no.
I give you that, and I won't argue with that as well. And it could be up there for sure. Just for me, my son, that's his favorite Royal Rumble. Is that one because of the 40? He always says that.
No, I mean I get that. I feel like they should do more of that, but I feel like that.
No more of that. Don't do that. Don't do that again. We don't need 40 minutes. We don't need that.
I mean, even the big one that they had in Saudi Arabia, where I mean, does that count though? Do we count that? Do we count the greatest Royal Rumble ever that Braun Strowman won?
It was on this list I just read off. So.
I want because I don't know. Hit that in the comments. Do you guys count that? Because mind you, Braun Strowman has a belt for that and a big ass trophy.
And a big ass trophy. He better
and they pulled that Royal Rumble out of their asses. So I wonder, does it count? Wrestling fans, let us know.
Does this count? Big John Studd's Royal Rumble win.
Of course. I mean, it was for money. It was for it
wasn't for a title. It wasn't even the same.
I mean,
he didn't even want the money. He threw it out.
Yeah, but you know what? They were rolling the dice on this, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think, I think it's hard to count because look,
he was never over. He was never over.
No, but the storyline was.
I don't think the storyline was over. That's why he had one run at HH because it wasn't over.
I think they were trying to get Big John Studd over at the time. That's what I think they were trying to do. I mean, they didn't execute. But because I remember his whole thing with Andre the Giant and all of that.
The whole slam and everything. So
the thing is that like all the BS and all the shit talk prior to that, it was pretty interesting, and that's pretty much what led to that. You know what I mean? So the guy was a good BSer. He was a good, you know what I'm saying? But he just he didn't get over
other than John, never once. Also, one of the ones I hate the most, and not that Brett did his job. But I just thought the Lex Express was really corny. Like we talk about on Pop Review Wrestling all the time, and especially here on the Mike Knoxxx Show, Perfect Plex Talk Radio. Like, follow, subscribe, hit the bell notification, please. Who looks good in AEW ring versus who looks good in WWE, and whose company's best for their suited for their needs? Lex did not fit WWE's umbrella.
Nah, he didn't.
He just didn't. And I can't say that's a lot of times that Vince has grabbed talent and miss, because you can make fun of Dusty all you want to with the polka dots, okay?
No, but
he hit, and he made as much money as he ever made at that time. So, different. I didn't like this, not for Brett necessarily, but for Lex and the whole tying thing. I wasn't a fan of. Also, McMahon winning, I thought was that 99?
Yeah,
was that 99? What year was that when McMahon won? Yeah, 99. Yeah. Okay, I just that was so bad. Recently, as of last year, and this is a tough one for me to put out here because I think, as I said earlier, Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey had the best. To me, they had the best women's match last year at WrestleMania. That's just my opinion. I'm gonna stick with it. Okay, I love the chain wrestling between her and Charlotte Flair, but the win itself to me was corny. It was one of them things where, if it happens this year again and it's 28 and it's Cody, it's corny to me. If Cody wins at 1, I'll let it ride. If Cody wins as the number one, but if he comes in at 28, 25, like she did, it's corny to me. And I love Ronda Rousey. And everybody hates Ronda Rousey, whatever dumb reason I get. She's all about. Wrestlers are all about who they get packaged and who's their agent. You give her someone like Paul Heyman, she'd be the greatest women's wrestler of all time, not named Charlotte Flair, in my opinion. But I did not like the win for her last year. And again, my unpopular one is my last one, and I'm gonna say it. I didn't. I thought Rey Mysterio win the Royal Rumble. When someone sit here and tells me, this is why I can't believe Alexa Bliss can beat somebody like Bianca Belair. It's not supposed to happen. He came in the longest time in the Royal Rumble and all the stuff they did. I get it was for Eddie Guerrero. I get all of what it was supposed to matter, but no. Rey Mysterio is not outlasting 29 other wrestlers. Sorry for me. I get what's for you, but for me, this is number one for me. I didn't like it. Not number one, no order in particular. The chat room is on fire. Avoid the clap, Jimmy Dugan. Let's check out some of these comments. I do hate that they didn't repeat what they happened in 1994 Royal Rumble and in 2005 Royal Rumble. Technically, both Batista and Cena won. Charmaine put up there. Do you think Bad Bunny or Logan Paul could win it? I hope not.
Nah, that's not necessary. I think them being in the Rumble is probably a good idea, but I don't think that's necessary for them to be at WrestleMania. And besides, like, the thing is that if a celebrity were to win that, they would literally have to fit them into programming from now till WrestleMania and possibly even afterwards.
But I think they should have a match at WrestleMania, and I've said that, Leon.
Those two?
I think that would be the big. Well, actually, I stole it from the executive consultant. That would be the biggest match in wrestling history. From their social media standpoints of what they bring to the table, that's a huge ass match there.
True. I mean, mind you, you notice how Bad Bunny is in the new.
And the commercial, him and Logan Paul are in the commercial with W2K23. So, right.
I mean, but at the same time, like, there's other people they could fight. There's other things they could do. I think that, just even like Logan Paul could mess around and have a match with Solo Sikoa or something like that, and it'll still pop off. You know what I mean? And Bad Bunny. But I agree with you when it comes to those two. I mean, maybe it could be that because look, you have two celebrities now that would literally split up the times, but you could have one celebrity each day now.
I think that's now. So I think 94 was horrible as well.
Because now, in this decade, this is the era of the 2-night WrestleMania.
Yeah, and that's I personally I hate that, but it's never going away.
No,
it's never going away. It gets too many money. I spent both nights. I go again this year. Both nights I go. I want to touch this comment right here because honestly, that's who I think was winning the Royal Rumble. Okay, Bobby Lashley. If you look at the participants of what I said of the winners of that Royal Rumble, we've talked about it with Kofi Mania. There's been one black wrestler ever to win a Royal Rumble, and I think this year, exactly this comment exactly. So screw you for being in my head, you parasite. Okay, is the formation of the Hurt Business 2.0 with the Street Profits, Bobby Lashley, and Omos with MVP. Okay, and I think Bobby Lashley deserves to win it. I think he will win the Royal Rumble.
I hope he does.
I 100% am on board with this. Verbatim, get out my head, you son of a biscuit.
Yeah, because he don't got that much time left, so he definitely should win it.
I only counted because Titus sliding under the ring. Okay. Oh, that was the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia, right?
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Oh, they even made a T-shirt about that and everything. Like,
I'm getting to this in a second, crazy. Charmaine. I am getting to this tonight, Charmaine, because personally, I think it's a ruse. I think it's all to get to Kevin Owens. I know everybody thinks it's supposed to happen. It's supposed to be coming soon. And maybe it is coming to an end, right? And we all know that good storylines in wrestling that don't fit the puzzle comes to an end. Sami Zayn will be kicked out of the bloodline one day. I think that because they're holding court tonight. There's a tribal court tonight on the bloodline. If you saw SmackDown, he's like, man, you're getting on my nerves. You go find your own family, and all this kind of stuff. So, but I don't think it's tonight. I think tonight's all about them getting to Kevin Owens. That's just me. That's what I want to see. I could be completely wrong. What the hell do I know?
I would love to see Rikishi get involved. I'll tell you the truth. I would love to see
Rikishi. On my page?
I would love to see Rikishi show up and talk some shit and
who's on my Twitter?
You know what I mean? If
page?
not Rikishi, clearly maybe The Rock might show up tonight. Who knows? It is possible that might happen, but definitely Rikishi. I would love to see Rikishi get involved in this storyline, or even fuck around and go as far back as the Head Shrinkers. You know what I mean? And bring them, because they came out one time when they gave Roman Reigns that thing, and then never again. So, mind you, it's a big family. Or even, mind you, if Nia Jax were to show up, man.
Listen, Raw 30 tonight.
Actually, you know what? Speaking about Royal Rumble,
yeah,
that has got to be one of the greatest Royal Rumble moments of all time.
What?
Nia Jax coming out and taking the spot from this guy's son, from Kurt Hennig's son, and just throwing him out and just straight up joining the men's Royal Rumble and taking a couple of bumps and all of that. I will always respect her for that.
I will always love Nia Jax.
Loved that moment. That was
right here, guys. Is the hashtag, is the movement.
Thank you, Curtis.
Follow it, write it down. I invented it. You can copy it, paste it. I don't give a damn. Hashtag Death to Dirt Sheets. The dumbest thing I ever heard. The Rock said he won't participate in WrestleMania because he's out of shape.
Mr. Clanging and banging. Come on.
Hold on. I'm sorry.
Clanging and banging.
I got to do it over. Because only one face is worthy of that. Only one face is worthy of that. Where is it at? Where's my goddamn face? Okay. Who took my face out of here? Damn it! Where is my Tony Khan face? Who took my Tony Khan face? You know what? Yeah. What? That's the only face that matters right there is Tony Khan's. Okay, because that's crazy. Okay. You gotta put it back on here because I keep it on purpose. Saying The Rock is out of shape. Hashtag Death to Dirt Sheets. And for those. And I don't care if I know you personally or I don't know you, at Mike Knoxxx. You're a moron for thinking that's real. There it is. The Rock's out of shape. Now, whether he beat it or not, I claimed it. I could be wrong. Hell, who knows? I think he still will be. But if he's not, so it ain't going to be because The Rock's out of shape. Mr. Deer Antler himself. Stop it, people. Stop it.
I mean, look, it makes the most sense to do it now. It's either going to be now or
it makes the most sense.
But now that it's in Hollywood and Mr. Hollywood, come on now. It makes
and I've heard that right there too on Pop Reviews, executive consultant. He might not be in ring shape. Listen, it's Roman. He ain't got to be in that much ring shape. Okay. Roman don't do 5-star matches. He does 5 stars talking smack. Okay. And we were highly entertained last year at Stone Cold and Kevin Owens. And Stone Cold didn't bit more wrestle. Okay, and I get that Rock's not that kind of person, whatever the case may be. The Rock can perform a match. I refuse to acknowledge any of that stuff. See what I did right there? But tonight on this Raw 30, like I said, the go home show to Royal Rumble, and make sure you come back after the Royal Rumble, first time ever for me in a long time. So I can't say first time ever, right? That'd be an oxymoron. That'd be a lie. So in a long time after the Royal Rumble, we're gonna be live for a post show this time. I always do it the next day. So I'm doing it live after Royal Rumble. But we got tonight, we got the almighty Bobby Lashley going against the guy in the commercial with John Cena, Mr. Theory, A-Town, never down, because I just want to never say that.
You know what? Shout out to Theory, bro. Like, I remember when he was the Evolve champion not that long ago. Like, I don't think I've ever seen somebody get a push this hard in my life. Like, this kid is definitely the future. Because
I think he's that damn good as well. So that's tonight as well. The court of the tribal court being held on Sami Zayn is also tonight in a cage match. Hey,
oh man, that's gonna be a banger
tonight. Did I not see her in the San Francisco 49ers jersey last week with the leather pants on? What are y'all watching? Okay, versus Becky Lynch, probably pound for pound the prettiest woman in WWE, facial wise. I'm a face man. Okay, I'm a face man. I'm saying again, I'm a face man. Seeing him in person, never seen him on TV without that damn makeup on. You see him in person, you see what I'm talking about. Okay. And then we got the Uso Penitentiary going against the man that said, I did hard times. I can't do this.
I mean, you know what?
To me, I think the best thing is not named Sami Zayn in wrestling has been Dominic Mysterio. I know everybody is hating on him. I hands down think next to Sami Zayn that Dominic Mysterio's storyline and evolved to what he's becoming is the best thing in wrestling on their product.
I got a feeling there might be a title change tonight.
That's what I keep hearing.
Guess what? I'm gonna say that would be you know, and here's the reason I say that, because lately, you know, when they've been having matches, they haven't been mentioning undisputed titles. They've been mentioning specific either Raw Tag Team Championships or SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Since the beginning of the year, they've been doing that. So I got a feeling that pretty soon, at least they're starting the splitting of the belts. Because for a long time, we kept talking about how they were going to just merge it and make it one belt. I don't think so. I think they're going to split it and then just make different belts again. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I got a feeling that, because mind you, if these guys win, then they'll get a major, major push. Like, one of the reasons why the Usos got these belts like that is because RK Bro couldn't necessarily continue.
That's true.
So, you know, and the plan was, I mean, at least from what I hear, the plan was... Is Randy
ready to come back tonight? Has anybody heard anything? What's up with Randy?
I don't know.
That is to Royal Rumble. Are you real fast? I'm only an hour show. And I know you got a show to do again later for Star Trek.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We got to go do that now.
Right now. So real fast before you go, do you see any surprise participants coming out in the Royal Rumble?
Oh yeah, probably one of the celebrities or somebody hasn't been mentioned. For the women's, I think Nia Jax. For the men's,
no, Naomi's coming back. Not Nia Jax. Naomi's coming back.
Naomi definitely, yeah. Naomi definitely. That would be that's gonna get the pop of the night if she does come back.
So I think that's always kind of been a little secret that they put them in the promo, then they're there. Or, you know what I mean? Things like that. Tonight, I know Jericho been gushing about his appearance on the segment. They put him in a promo for the night. It's really big tonight, right? Tonight, we shouldn't get too much complaints of wrestling fans.
Mm-hmm. I mean, but you know what, though? Shout out to Tony Khan, because, you know, that it shows how much of a wrestling fan he really is. And it shows that he doesn't, like, for things like this, I'm sure that he's going to be watching. You know what I mean? As a fan. Because... you know what I'm saying?
I don't think the belts get broken up tonight. I think no belts from the bloodline get broken up, at least till Mania. If you're going to lose them there. Makes it mean more. They lost them there as opposed to anywhere else. Last comment today, we will see the champions from another company showing up on Raw this year. I hope so. I think that it'd be dope. But what we're going to do right now, we're going to get up out of here. God, listen, I want to thank my man, my tag team partner, Vic. It's been a long time. I think it's our first time we're doing a wrestling show together. Actually, I think it sounds like a top 5 or something. So I appreciate you coming on tonight, rocking the BX hat. Actually, real quick story. I'm here because of him. He interviewed me here with my belts, and I think I've been here. I've been here ever since. So thank you for watching on Fox Sports Radio, 1340 AM, Hopewell, Virginia's YouTube page, Facebook page as well. Thank you for being a part of Unpop Review. Here's the Mike Knoxxx Show. Thank you, King Von Jr. 2720, holding me down backstage. And thank you guys, the $1 million audience as I am, the $1 million host, and we form the $1 Million Connection. Raw 3 X's like your boy Mike Knoxxx. It's hardcore. Listen, do not wake up tomorrow morning and say to yourself, I love me some me. Oh, yeah, my bad. Go Birds! Yeah! What's up, y'all? Where you at, New York? Huh? Where you at, New York? Go Birds!
Next season. We coming back next season.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah! Perfect Plex Radio. We about to go live on him. Mike Knoxxx. That's with 3 X's because he's hardcore. Are y'all ready? We about to give y'all something special.